Okay. Finally, a winning trade on these PA accounts. This is the first winning trade in the PA accounts that we just started. This isn't my first ever winning trade. Maybe it is. I don't know. You'll have to go watch the rest of my YouTube to figure that out. But in the past 2 weeks, we've only taken 2 trades last week and 1 trade this week on these PA accounts. So 3 trades total in a 2-week span. We've been being patient. We've been following our rules. And we've been sticking to the plan the whole time. But today, yeah, we did good. All right. Today we had CB Consumer Confidence. We also had, why is my Siri going up? Fred Chair Powell testifying. Again, he did yesterday also, and Richmond Manufacturing Index. So I decided to wait for all of those to come out. Here's the trade we ended up hitting. I was going to target these highs, but we ended up getting stopped at a break even on the last runner. But it was a 1 to 1.73 for our final TP and a 1 to 1.5 for our final take profit. 3 TPs hit. So let's X this out. X this out. X this out. All right. 5-minute time frame. 5-minute time frame, right? We're in a 1-hour bullish imbalance. We also swept a 15-minute low on NASDAQ. on ES over here, and then on NASDAQ, we already swept that 15-minute low. We didn't have another one, so I was looking at the 5-minute lows, and as you can see off this 5-minute low, NASDAQ created a low and then a higher low, and NASDAQ ES created a low and a lower low. So what I thought could at least happen, I saw we had all these draws and liquidity above on the 5-minute time frame. We had this high, and I feel like if we wanted to continue lower, we'd have to react off this, come sweep these out, and then start continuing lower like we're doing right now to come out and probably take out these lows. But, yeah, I didn't want to take a short yet because we were reacting off this 1-hour imbalance. So, again, I wanted to see if we could just get a little move up, which we ended up doing. So, we broke structure on the 5-minute time frame on NASDAQ, but we did not break structure on the 5-minute time frame on ES. So, that's why I decided to take it on ES. So, when we go in here, we see we formed that 5-minute SMT, swept out these 15-minute lows on ES, but NASDAQ didn't have those 15-minute lows. So I scaled down to the 1-minute time frame, right? Scaled down to the 1-minute time frame. I didn't like how it was so choppy, but I still decided to hold the trade. Let's X out this 4-hour high. We don't need that right now. But what I was looking for is a break of structure to the upside and an inverse fair value gap, right? So what I saw is we chopped around for a little bit. We had this bearish fair value gap here. We'll mark this out, 1-minute bearish fair value gap. We had this 1-minute bearish fair value gap right here. As you can see, we came up, we inversed it, and we broke structure to the upside, and I used the Fibonacci extension. So I went from these lows to these highs right here. And as you can see, we didn't break underneath the 79% extension on the Fibonacci level. We came down and we barely just almost touched it, and then we got buying pressure out of it. So I decided to stick with my bullish bias because, again, if we were going to continue down, we probably would have broke underneath that 79% extension. I wouldn't have taken a trade today. But that was another confirmation. So I also marked out equilibrium, as you can see. And then we got buying pressure out of this candle. So what I decided to do was my first entry was here. I entered smaller on this one, right? Stops below, they were below these lows. And then I saw we reacted off of the 15-minute, the 5-minute, holy shit, the 1-minute equilibrium. And then I took another entry right here and still targeted the same thing. But then I put my stops below this low. So we ended up chopping around for a little bit. I got a little nervous once we got to here because I moved this stop down to this low also. So both of my stops were down to here. And then this candle kind of scared me a little bit, but it is what it is. We held it. We ended up getting a big bullish candle out of it. And as you can see, we ended up hitting 1 take profit, 2 take profits, and 3 take profits. And then the market is starting to continue lower and probably will take out these lows down here. So, yeah. That is the trade for today. So, other than that, we only went in 4 micros on this account, on this trade. Because, again, we entered in 2, and then we entered in another 2 on the second confirmation because I entered off that first break of structure, inverse fair value gap, and then after we got equilibrium, respected. I ended up doing 2 more. So again, we're sticking with the same size, 3 to 4 micros. I'm going to do that until we get past the buffer on these accounts. You can make fun of me if you want. I don't give a shit. The goal is to slowly build over time. I'm in no rush. Last time I fucked this up with 11 accounts, 1150K accounts. I'm not doing that again. All right? Slowly build. Take my time. Go from there. So we took a dub today. We're 1-0 on the week. Only took 1 trade. And then we'll see what tomorrow gives. I think tomorrow we have no news that we have to worry about, right? At 10 a.m. No, we got pending home sales. We'll be fine. We'll probably trade tomorrow. And yeah, we'll go from there. So look at this trade. That would have been nice. But other than that, that's a wrap. And yeah, we'll see what tomorrow brings. Appreciate it.